TV soap, news, and spoilers say that Tracy's. This week, we turn our attention to one of the most pivotal characters in Days of Our Lives history, John Black. As many of you know, John has been missing for some time now, and his disappearance has sent shockwaves through the entire town. Steve and Marlena have searched high and low for him, but their efforts to find him have been unsuccessful, leaving the residents of Salem to wonder what has happened to John Black. Next week, however, it seems that the mystery surrounding John's fate will start to unravel. Marlena, who has been desperately trying to find her beloved husband, will finally get some good news. But as we've learned from Days of Our Lives, things are rarely as simple as they seem. Could this so-called good news actually be the beginning of something far more sinister? Let's explore the twists, turns, and emotional roller coaster that lie ahead as the fate of John Black takes center stage. The search for John, Marlena and Steve's frustrating journey. John Black's disappearance has been a central storyline for some time now, and the emotional toll it has taken on Marlena and Steve has been immense. Marlena, in particular, has been beside herself with worry, unable to focus on anything other than finding her husband. Her deep love for John has been a driving force throughout this entire ordeal, and her dedication to finding him has been nothing short of heroic. Meanwhile, Steve, ever the loyal friend, has been by Marlena's side throughout the search, doing everything in his power to help her track down John. Despite their best efforts, however, the two have come up empty-handed. The lack of answers has been excruciating for both of them, and it's clear that the uncertainty surrounding John's fate has left them both feeling vulnerable and helpless. Their search has taken them to dark and dangerous places, but no matter how hard they try, they seem to be hitting dead ends at every turn. As viewers, we've watched as Marlena has grappled with a sense of powerlessness. She's done everything she can think of to bring John home, but time and time again, she's been forced to return to Salem empty-handed. The frustration and heartache she's experienced are palpable, and it's easy to see why she feels like she's losing hope. But just as all seems lost, next week will bring a glimmer of hope, news that John has been found. However, as is often the case with Days of Our Lives, the road to a happy reunion is anything but smooth. Relief and suspicion, Marlena hears the news from the ISA. Next week, Marlena will finally receive some long-awaited news. The ISA, International Security Alliance, has located John Black. After what has seemed like an eternity of searching, Marlena will feel an overwhelming sense of relief as she hears the news that John has been found. For a moment, it will feel like all of her prayers have been answered, and it's clear that the weight on her shoulders will begin to lift. But Marlena is no stranger to the unpredictable world of Salem. She knows better than anyone that things are rarely as they seem, especially when it comes to the twists and turns of this soap opera. While hearing that John has been found will be a moment of joy for Marlena, she can't shake the nagging feeling that something isn't right. The news of John's discovery will seem almost too good to be true, and Marlena's instincts will start to kick in. In a moment of clarity, Marlena will share the news with her dear friend Susan, who has always had a special connection to the supernatural. Susan, known for her quirky and often psychic tendencies, will react to the news in a way that raises more questions than answers. Susan's sixth sense will immediately go into overdrive, and she won't be able to shake the eerie feeling that something is terribly wrong with the situation. Susan's sixth sense? A warning of doom? Susan has always had an uncanny ability to sense when something is off, and in this case, her intuition will prove to be unsettling. As Marlena shares the news of John's discovery with Susan, she'll reveal that something doesn't sit right with her. Susan will express her unease, telling Marlena that she feels as though she's just stepped over someone's grave. This cryptic statement will send a chill down Marlena's spine, and it will be impossible for her to ignore Susan's warning. At first, Marlena might try to dismiss Susan's words as just another one of her eccentric feelings. However, Susan's track record of psychic predictions and strange intuitions has earned her a certain level of credibility in the eyes of many in Salem. Marlena, who is deeply attuned to her own emotional instincts, will find herself unable to shake Susan's ominous warning. The more she thinks about it, the more she begins to wonder. Could John still be in danger? Could the ISA have found John, but is something far worse waiting for him? Susan's cryptic statement raises the stakes for Marlena, and her mind will begin to race. If John has truly been found, why does it feel like something isn't right? Could it be that John is not just missing, but potentially gravely ill, or worse, already dead? This new layer of uncertainty will send Marlena on an emotional journey of doubt and fear, as she begins to question whether the reunion she's been hoping for is even possible. Is John still in danger? The dark possibility of John's death. As the week progresses, the question of John's fate will become even more pressing. If John has indeed been found by the ISA, why has it taken so long for the news to reach Marlena? Why does it feel like there's more to the story than what's being told? Could it be that John is in more danger than Marlena could ever have imagined? Marlena's suspicions will grow, and she'll begin to fear the worst, that the ISA might have found John, but it could be too late. What if John has been seriously injured, or worse, has already passed away? The possibility that John is not coming home at all will become a painful reality for Marlena, and the emotional toll it takes on her will be heart-wrenching to watch. John Black is one of the most beloved characters in Days of Our Lives, and the thought of losing him forever will be a devastating blow for Marlena. She's already been through so much in her life, and to face the reality that John may not make it home could push her to the brink. It's clear that Marlena is not only battling her grief, but also her deep, unshakable love for John. She won't rest until she knows the full truth, whether John is alive or dead, and if he is alive, whether he will make it out of whatever danger he's in. What will happen next? Will Marlena find the truth? The upcoming week promises to be an emotional roller coaster for Marlena, as she faces the reality that John may not be the man she once knew. As Susan's warning lingers in her mind, Marlena will find herself torn between hope and despair. Will John be found alive and well, or will the terrible possibility of his death become a reality? For viewers, the suspense is almost unbearable. The questions surrounding John's fate will leave us all on the edge of our seats, waiting to see if Marlena will get the answers she so desperately needs. One thing is certain. Whatever happens, the story of John Black's disappearance and possible death will have far-reaching consequences for the characters of Days of Our Lives. The emotional stakes have never been higher, and we're all left wondering how Marlena will navigate this next chapter in her life. Conclusion: a story filled with uncertainty and hope. As we await the unfolding of John's fate next week, the story has already set the stage for one of the most gripping and emotional storylines in Days of Our Lives history. The mix of Marlena's love and fear, Susan's eerie warning, and the lingering uncertainty about John's survival will leave us all questioning what comes next. Will John come home, or will Marlena face the unimaginable loss of her soulmate? Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.